Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So I just wanted to do a chit chat get ready with me today. I've never done one before on my channel. Only thing I did was my brows. I don't even know what I'm gonna be talking about. I'll probably be all over the place, but yeah, if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay, so y'all will see, like, I don't have the typical beauty guru getting ready routine. I just do what works for me. Like, I don't do all the extra stuff. So first thing I'm gonna do is get my matte concealer. Focus. My matte concealer, and this is an NC50, and I love this because it's full coverage. And when I say full coverage, like, it is full coverage. It'll literally make your skin look flawless. I know it's a little darker than my or it looks a little darker or orangey than my actual skin tone, but just keep watching. It'll look better by the end of this. And I still use my fingers to apply my concealer. I used to use a brush, but I don't know, I feel like I get way more coverage when I use my fingers. Sorry if that's like gross or weird to y'all, but yeah, I definitely feel like I get way more coverage when I use my fingers. And like I said, I already did my brows. I'll show y'all real quick what I use. So I use, this is the first thing I use. It's a Jordana Easy Eyeliner Lavish Brown. It's a Jordana Easy Eyeliner. It's like a retractable pencil. This is how it looks. And I used to get this from Walgreens, but they stopped selling it. So now I get it from eBay, and it's like $2-3, well, maybe like $4 with shipping. And I use that to shape out my brows. And then I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Chocolate to fill it in. And then I use this. I used to use like a really cheap eyebrow brush, but this one works a million times better. Like, it's so much easier to do my brows now with this. So this is just the regular Anastasia Beverly Hills brush with the angled brush with the spoolie. Oh yeah, let me get back into my skin. Okay, so here we go. So I guess one of the things I'll talk about, because a lot of people ask me like how I can afford to live in this place when I'm a single mom. So let's backtrack. So I had my son when I was 19, and I'm 26 now. Yeah, I'm 26 now. I had a birthday in June, so forgive me, I still mess up my age. I had him when I was 19, and so basically I live in Massachusetts, right? I went to college in Florida I went to college in Florida for my freshman year. I was super excited. Obviously, I have some family down there, so that's one of the main reasons why I decided to go to Florida. And I just loved it. Like, I love the warm weather. I've always wanted to live there. So I was there. I was having the time of my life. And then I met somebody, and that was in like November, I think. Yeah, it was in November. So I met him in November. So we literally dated from November on to the point where I came home. So I'm not gonna go in too much detail. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and trash him, because at the end of the day, he's still my child's father. But yeah, so when I came home from college, it took me 2 weeks. I came home from college, right? 2 weeks later, I found out that I was pregnant. So it's not like I had any idea I was pregnant, or I might have thought I was pregnant before I left Florida. So I left all my stuff in Florida, y'all. So imagine, like, you move from Massachusetts to Florida, all your stuff is now down there, like clothes, because I was only planning on coming home for the summer because I had a job up here. My family lived up here. It was easier to just come back home and then fly back out there come fall time. So I moved. Sorry for saying so much. I'm gonna try to stop doing that because that's really annoying. So when I came back home 2 weeks later, I had all my stuff up here, and I found out I was pregnant. I was like, no way. Like, there's no way I can't be pregnant. I come from a super religious household, Christian household, and my parents are super strict. And yeah, I just knew I would die. Like, I literally thought I would die. And first I was just like, there's no way I can go through with this. I'm gonna die once my parents find out. I have all my stuff in Florida. I just want to go back to school and be like a normal, college student, enjoy my college years. But long story short, I never ended up going back to Florida. I ended up staying here. My son's father ended up staying there, and that's pretty much the end of the story. Like, there's a lot of heartache and disastrous, traumatic stuff in between, but yeah, basically, he just decided he didn't want to come up here. And some of y'all might be like, well, why didn't you just move back there? Because like I said, I came from a very religious household, so me just being like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, but I'm gonna go back to Florida and move with my boyfriend, so good luck with that. Yeah, it just wasn't gonna happen. Like, there's no way my mom would allow that. She basically said, if you decide to do that, then I'm taking that as like you're abandoning, you're like turning your back on us type thing. And I thank God, looking back, that I wasn't that stupid to do that, because he was like in and out of work so much. Like, there was a point in time where, because we were still talking, like we were still together that summer that I came up, because I came back from school in May. I found I was pregnant like end of May, and we were still together. And so between all of this, we were still talking like all the time, and he ended up being losing his job, and he ended up being homeless. So if I had decided to fly back down there and live with him, he ended up homeless, that means I would have been homeless. So I would have been pregnant and homeless in Florida when I had a place to live up in Massachusetts, family to surround me, family around me, like, and I have family in Florida, but that's like aunts and uncles, but all my direct family, like brother, sister, mom, dad, like they're all in Massachusetts. So for me to go down there would have been the worst mistake of my life. So I'm just so thankful that I decided not to do that. Even though, yeah, my son's father did not feel that way. He just felt like I was abandoning him and I was selfish for not coming back down there. But like I said, if I moved back down there with him, first of all, my family would have abandoned me. No, okay, I'm being over dramatic. I'm sure they would speak to me again, but it just wouldn't have been the same. Like, things were already bad because my mom was obviously super disappointed and upset that they spent all this money to send me to school in Florida and I ended up pregnant my first year. It was humiliating. Like, I'm acting like it's no big deal now because my son's 6. I've had 6 years to get over this. But during this time period, when I tell y'all, it was like the most depressing time of my life. Like, I literally wanted to wake up and die so many times. Like, it was really, really hard to like be pregnant alone. Your child's father is in Florida. He doesn't have money to come up here and visit, see me, anything. He didn't have money to send me any stuff for the baby. So that summer I was working at a summer camp 8 hours a day. Imagine working at a summer camp with little kids running around 8 hours a day, pregnant. And then I was working a part-time job at Marshall's, like weeknights and weekends. So I was working 40 hours a week at the camp, and then there'd be days that I would work 12-hour days or 14-hour days because I work at Marshall's right after the camp was over, because I didn't want to lose a Marshall's job because the summer camp was only during the summer. Marshall's was all year round, obviously. So now that I'm trying to figure things out, like, okay, I'm going to be up here long term. I can't just quit the Marshall's job, because then once the summer camp's over, that's it. Like, I'm not going to have any money or any way to support myself. So I stayed doing that, and then during the weekend, I was working like 2 to 10 shifts, like clockwork. And I was super sick, mind you, like super bad morning sickness. It was just a disaster. So fast forward towards all of that, that's just like the background of how everything happened. So I ended up obviously having my son and everything, and yeah, so from that point in 2010 when I found out I was pregnant till now, I've just been a single mom, because his father decided he had his own stuff going on, and you know, I live in Massachusetts and he lives in Florida. That's like such an easy cop-out excuse to me, because he's way older than me. He was, how old is he? So I was 18 when I met him. He was like 24, I think. 24, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's just me and my child, and I like it that way, because if a man was going to be around my child and have any type of influence on his life, I want him to be a good role model to him. I want him to be someone who's responsible, who's trustworthy, who's loyal, who's hardworking, who's educated, you know, who's like doing the right things in life. I don't need someone to be around my son because they're his dad, who's trash, not doing anything, always broke, irresponsible, and never wants to take responsibility for anything, lazy, a bum. Like, I'm good. So yeah, that's how that situation happened. So fast forward, in 2000, what was it? I have to show y'all, I got carried away. So I'm just using the NYX eyeshadow base to prime my eyes. Yeah, so I'm gonna do my eyes now. So I got this Lorac Pro palette. a few months ago, and I actually really love this palette. I thought this was kind of gonna be like my naked palettes that I have but I really don't use, but I actually use this one a lot and I love it. So I'm just gonna do like a regular neutral everyday eye. If I can find my brushes. Of course I can't find my favorite brush, so I'm just gonna have to use this one, and I'm just gonna use this color right here, Sable, and a little bit of this for my crease. Maybe this wasn't the best crease brush. What was I thinking? I don't know what I'm doing right now. Am I insane? That was way too much product. I was trying to do a light crease, mind you, and I just forced it. Okay, I just put a dab more. See, this is what happens when I use brushes that aren't what I'm used to. Like, ugh, whatever. Okay, it doesn't look that bad, I guess. Okay, and this is my favorite shade, or my favorite, what should I call it? My favorite eyeshadow color in this palette. I use this cream one, and you might say like, wow, it looks like white, but it comes off good on our skin tone, you know. Because before I thought like, will this even look decent on me with my skin complexion, but it actually does look really nice once you like blend it and everything. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Bear with me, y'all. I'm sorry, I just can't. It's hot in here, so I have so much stuff working against me, so I have like trembly hands and everything. So I'm usually not trembling this much when I'm doing my makeup, but I just got a lot going on right now. Okay. See how pretty that looks, y'all? Like, okay, I love how it looks. It's like a natural, neutral, but a little pop of glamish type color. That's how I like to describe it. Okay, so let's go back to all that. So, when was it? Like in 2014, I think it was. My mom told me about, or someone who works with my mom was telling me about this program called Year Up, and it's basically this, it's like a young adults program. I think it only goes from ages 18 to like 24, and they have it all over the country. I'm not sure if they'll have it in your exact state, but they have it. I know they have one in like New York, Atlanta. I think they have one in Seattle and Washington. I know they have a few in California. So definitely, I'll put the site to Year Up below if you're interested. So let me tell y'all a little bit about it. So it's basically a one-year program. So 6 months of it is accredited college courses. And back when I did Year Up, it was only IT and finance. But now I know they've expanded their the different subjects. And for different states, they have like more diverse group of like studies to focus on, like not just IT and finance. I think they have like sales, customer service, and then something else that sounds kind of cool. I can't remember the name though. But basically you do 6 months of those college courses, and then you do 6 months of internships after the fact. And the cool thing is that you literally get paid while you're going to school and during your internship, which you think, okay, most people get paid during internship, or at least a good amount do. So, but in this case, you get paid while you're going to school, basically. So the first 6 months, you're only getting college classes. I mean, it's not a lot of money, and I don't want to say the exact amount because it could have changed from the time that I went there, because like I said, I went there in 2015, and it's changed a lot since I went. So basically, I decided to do IT. I already had my associate's degree because I went to Bunker Hill for the previous 2 years. So after I went to college, and after I went to school in Florida, I found I was pregnant. I took some time off. I had to get my son's daycare thing situated. He didn't go to daycare until he was like 9 months old, which I still feel bad because that's like really little, but I needed to make money and go back to school. So I got my associate's degree with some of the credits that I transferred from my school in Florida. And so when I heard of Year Up, I went to Year Up before I went to get my bachelor's. So I went to Year Up in 2015. I did the classes for 6 months, and then I got my internship in when was it? End of January. Yeah, I got my internship at a hospital in the IT center, and I worked really hard. I absolutely love the manager. He's great. He's actually still my manager now. I don't know why I'm talking about like his past tense. He's great. So the thing about the internship is you're not guaranteed to get like Europe is supposed to be like a career focused / driven program, but not everybody gets hired through their internships. Some internships are just there as internships, so once internship's over, they say bye and they bring in somebody else. Not all internships turn into a full-time position, but luckily mine did. I got really, really lucky. I should say blessed, because I feel like I was blessed, not lucky. So at the end of my 6 months, my 6 months ended July, and one of the guys there who was working with me, and I loved him, he was like really nice and cool, and he taught me a lot, and he was always helping me out. He left and he found a better job, so that left an opening for me. So it's just me and one other guy. So I was blessed enough to get hired full-time after a year up at a hospital in Boston, which is, if any of y'all know, well, I should say for any cities, like any states that y'all live in, Boston is a huge city. So, and it's a city that everyone wants to get a job in. Not everybody, but you know, the pay is usually good and it's really competitive. So for me to get a full-time job working at a hospital in Boston is just like unbelievable, because the competition is so fierce. So if it weren't for Year Up, like I would have just gone to get my bachelor's degree at another school. I mean, I'm still working on my bachelor's right now, so you have to sacrifice something, because if I didn't go to Year Up, I would have graduated sooner for sure. But since I went to Year Up, I paused, but I still got some of those college credits from Year Up. But after I graduated, I ended up, which I'm still doing now, only taking classes part-time. So now it's going to take me way longer to graduate, but whatever, at least working full-time gives me the ability to be able to afford a place for me and my child as a single mom that I wouldn't be able to do. I mean, I'm sure I could still do it eventually, obviously, but that would have been years later once I got my bachelor's degree. And I did not have years to wait. I feel like I was already far behind, because, you know, all my other friends have graduated or whatever. And I was just getting my, I didn't even show y'all. So this is the eyeliner that I use on my top lash line. I just don't have the time for gel eyeliner lately. So yeah, it's Maybelline Unstoppable. And I put this up there. And now I'm going to put this Rimmel London Scandalized Waterproof thing on my eyeliner. On my waterline. So that's the gist of it. That's how, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna clean that up. Keisha Kaylee told me, I was watching one of her vlogs and she was showing me that someone told her about a Q-tip trip, which is what cleans up your waterline. And I was just like, girl, what? So ever since then, I've been using it, and it just works so well. Okay. So that's the gist of it, y'all. That's how I'm able to afford where I live as a single mom, getting no type of support from nobody. Independent. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunate. I'm just playing with y'all. But so anyone who tells y'all like being a single mom, like you have to struggle, you have to live in the projects, you have to do all that, that's not true. You just have to look for different resources that you can use to like fast track yourself, supplement your income, you know, without having to rely on anybody. Like I do not rely on any man for anything. Like, no, I do everything for myself. I don't rely on, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a father who's involved with their son's life or who's paying you child support. Like, good for you. I wish I could have that. Trust me, because then I wouldn't have to work as hard. Like, I'm still working on that. I'm working on it. If I get it, I'll be surprised. But I am in the process. I've been in the process, I should say. And one thing I forgot was lashes. So I don't do lashes. I just don't do it. So this is my favorite mascara. It's the MAC Zoom Lash, and it just gives you like the ultimate extension on your lashes. So let me just I usually do it with 2 hands, that's why I'm looking weird. You see that extension? You see that? That's natural, y'all. Natural. Cool, right? You're welcome. Wow, my camera literally played me. It said that it was overheating or whatever. So annoying. So I'm just gonna finish this up real quick because we gotta run to church. So I'm gonna use my contour, my LA Contours thing, just to do my nose real quick. I ain't gonna do nothing fancy because like I said, I don't want this camera over here again. And I'm not trying to be late for church. Well, I was late. I could make this cleaner, y'all, but I just don't. When I have more time, I'll try to make it extra fancy. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into my MAC Gold Deposit. What is it? Bronzer? I was about to say blush. Bronzer? I don't even wear blush. I'm not gonna do the whole cheek thing. I'm just gonna put a little on my nose because that's all I like. I don't like all that cheek stuff. I don't. I have too many pores in my cheeks to be drawing more attention to it. Like, I don't. I'm good. So I just put a little here, a little here. Yeah, I added my finger. Now I'm gonna do a little lip pencil work. So this is the MAC lip pencil in Chestnut. So yeah, like I was saying all the other stuff, so I'm not going to say anyone who gets child support or has a man who's actually supporting their child and y'all are together and you're happy, like, God bless. I wish I was in the same situation, but I just accept the fact that that's not me, that's not going to be my life, at least not with my son's biological father, so I'm cool with it. And I'm saying that now, like I said, my son's 6 years old. I know it looks a mess, sorry guys. So it took me a long time to get cool with it. Like, it's not like you can just wake up and accept the fact that you're never gonna have that like little family, that family unit. So this is a MAC lip gloss in cream sheen gray. What is it called again? I forget the name. And bittersweet me, yeah. So do I wish it was different changing my child's father? Obviously, but I just accept the fact that it's not. He's not for me, I'm not for him, and yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sad as it is to say, I'm not happy about it, but I just have to accept it, you know. I'm just gonna clean up under here a little bit. And when I just dabbed a little of my Studio Fix powder so that I'm not like sweating. So my like skin routine or my whatever, my makeup routine is a little different come summertime. I used to do like the concealer and all that stuff and the, what's it called, the contour over here, and I just don't have time for it when it's hot out. Like, I just really don't. I just want something something soft and light, and this concealer is definitely spread proof. When I'm using my foundation, like I have the Pro Longwear foundation right here, like you can see my skin oiling up and it's so gross. So all I use is concealer really in the summer, like when it's really hot out, and it still makes me look poppin'. So y'all don't always need to go all the way in. Like, I have my little prep prime thing, like I don't need to do all this. This is extra steps when I can just do my little concealer on my face and make it look like I have flawless skin. Look like, keyword. So I already did my hair off camera real quick just because, I mean, I didn't really do anything crazy, but I'm gonna do a review on this hair probably when I come home today, just so I have it. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this chit chat. Get ready with me. Hopefully I wasn't rambling too much, but this was my first one. So if you want to see more videos like this, just like and please subscribe for more. I'm definitely gonna try to do more tutorials like. So thank you so much for watching.